you have to get like the angle right. So it was mounted up there. This is almost flat, whereas the panhard's kind of on an angle. But if I move that to the bottom, oh, and well, I'll just throw the fucking screw in there just to show. So in turn, when that was there, I'll act as the nut. But when you push it down, the whole, you get bump steer. The steering moves. Then I go down to the bottom. Of course, because I've changed so much stuff, I'm gonna need to reset the servo endpoints and full left and full right. But now, because they're closer to being the same,
yeah.
I'm not holding the knuckle, I'm just holding this down.
Yeah.
Here, I'll just tighten that just to kind of show. Bump steer. There might be a small, very small amount, but I don't think that's going to be noticeable, where the other one would have definitely been noticeable. So if you're straight, you hit a bump. It was the smallest amount, but it was going like...
Incredible.
So, I think that we'll fix that problem. And then now... the rear drive shaft seems to be okay. I think I'm going to put shorter shocks on it. Now that I don't have clearance issues from the links, shocks actually bottom out before anything touches.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be economical to buy all of the element axles, inners, links, all that shit, and then buy a Redcat chassis, transmission, a 3D printer to print all the fucking pieces. It's not economical to do that.
No.
You could probably get better results out of I don't know, some of the more modern RTRs, but I had everything sitting around, so might as well build something if I have literally everything I needed. I might even put the link risers in the rear. That'd be kind of cool, because then that would make them more, they're a little angled right now, but also, well, I don't know, with the shorter shocks I might not need to. I kind of want to just put it together right now. Put the electronics on it, drive it for a second. If I want, change the fucking springs or shocks.
Yeah, it's set up pretty well for crawling with the smaller pinion and the larger spur. The Titan 12-turn 550.
Where's that?
So it's Traxxas, Redcat. What was the axles from?
Element RC.
Element, yeah, okay. Definitely a huge difference between those and the size compared to these monsters that came on it, so... Okay, the problem's addressed. One, everything gets hit right up front first, and the steering
You could
The
make
steering
it
link hits
better
the
with
frame.
a longer servo horn. But
Yeah, and then putting this maybe behind it. So there's some solutions to where this one takes care of it by having the steering all behind everything, so there's nothing up front to get hit. And then the bump steer has just been solved with the 3D bracket and the way the servo mounts, right? And then the axles are skinnier and have a lot more room. Well, it started as a sport. Well, it's not really a sport then anymore. With those axles, the motor, I mean, what have we got left? The frame?
the frame,
These shocks are technically still on it for right now.
the frame and the drive shafts.
And the drive shafts
Oh, and the transmission. The transmission's the same.
so the gears have been changed, the motor.
Well, no, the gears in here are Redcat. The drive shafts are Redcat. The little plastic, like, hardware to mount your body
Yeah.
and the rear bumper post, those are Redcat. The shocks are Redcat, that might be changed. And the chassis is a Bruce Piece Customs licensed by Redcat. But it has a XL5. Oh, and the receiver and transmitter are Redcat too.
Oh yeah, that's still
XL5 from Traxxas,
That's still
ESC, Titan 12 turn,
the older one.
Element RC, axles, and the Amazon Special Servo.
Amazon special. I think if it works. It's what, 35 grand was it?
25, I think that one is. Oh well, I'll just end up using the same one then, I guess. I could technically use one of these to just look ugly.
The big bolt head instead of the flat pan, or yeah, is that a pan?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then round.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
it's
like
two different ones in that one, yeah.
rounded. She's very fucking good.
Yeah, she's jumping out of the water there.
Oh, it's the fucking convicts are being assholes.
Fighting each other.
Mating, probably.
Great.
1, 2,
Fishy, fishy.
3, 4.
You put the bird cage back on.
Yeah. I could technically make something for the electronics, but it's already
To
there.
kind of sit up in here.
It is metal, but oh well.
Not horrible with the weight. It's, you know, all cut out, so not too bad.
Let go.
Grabs the magnet from the motor is gonna grab you or what?
Mm-hmm.
That's what first generation Redcat said. So, at this point, is it technically still a Redcat?
I don't know, because some people literally have a shitload of aftermarket stuff on it with Capra axles, and they call it a Capra. Like, that's not a Capra, it's a custom built thing that happened to have Capra axles.
Yeah.
Other people have all aftermarket stuff and have a certain transmission from, say, a 10.2 or 10.3 or just any axial 3-gear transmission or a Wraith transmission or anything really, and then they call it a Wraith or a 10.2 because it has that transmission. Technically, the chassis and the transmission are Redcat. So I would call it a Redcat because there's more Redcat stuff on it than anything else. But at the same time, you can't buy this from Redcat either.
Yeah. And it would be way too pricey, really, in reality.
Yeah,
I mean,
it wouldn't make sense price-wise to try to recreate this, but I had everything, so might as well.
Instead of it sitting here on the shelf collecting dust, put it together in this crawler, huh?
Yeah. I could have driven it stock, but if I have the stuff to upgrade it and
Yeah.
a small amount of knowledge, I might as well.
A small amount. Wraith. There's a Wraith underneath there.
Kind of curious to see what the difference is wheelbase-wise compared to yours.
Yeah, put this one next to that one now. See what you got. What was the deal with these ones? Is the back
The
spacing?
little fucking beadlock screws hit the knuckle, steering link
Oh,
knuckle.
so you have to go with something else, huh? These just a little shorter.
Surely I'm forgetting something.
I gotta get the shot of the nice wheel. Come on. Here we go. Sweet race lines. I can't even tell where the one
I think it
bolt was missing that you put in. Was it this one?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, that's why I can't find it then. But at least they're all matching now. I mean, you can't.
It was this one.
It was like a slight
Yeah, that's
shade.
careful though with.
Oh, yeah. Slightly different color, so from distance, you could barely even tell. Huh? You'd have to get in there and. Hey, buddy. Did you know one of your nuts are the wrong size or the wrong color? It's a different shade.
Should get that checked out.
It affects the performance a lot, though.
Oh, dude, I was like, what the fuck is going on? It's all slanted now. It only has 3 tires on it.
It's just hit the ground and you're looking at it going, it's all
Yeah, I'm
crooked.
like, dude,
What happened there?
did I miss
Thought
a
you had it
link?
figured out, huh? Yeah. One of the links were just set there and not connected. I think you're good.
The biggest thing though is how bad are the fucking tires gonna rub against? Because that was, oh man, definitely different shot. Look at the steering angle though.
Holy cow.
That ain't no Redcat.
Not anymore. Not your run-of-the-mill standard Redcat.
It's definitely sitting up too high. I'm gonna change those shocks. It's like a mud truck right now.
I'll really drop it down.
theory, I kind of want it to be like that,
Yeah.
or just barely up from that.
It's got just a little bit of room. Incredible steering.
I have the wheels. Oh no, they're right. Never mind.
Not too much gravel at the bottom there.
These tires aren't exactly that soft either. So close. That was super close, like that.
Yeah, huh?
I catch that overhang.